there, guys. Raphael here. I just have to share this. I've been waiting for some sort of webinar that I've signed up weeks ago, and according to the title, this webinar was going to change my life like for good, right? It would give me all the things that I was looking for. You know, they used words like breakthrough, like freedom, and all these keywords, and I just finished that. I just wasted 2 hours of my life watching something that was a complete waste of time. And here's the thing. Here's what I want to talk about, and here's what has been hitting me, and that's what I feel like sharing with you, is that we all tell stories. I mean, it's fine. I think we get used. I think the first people we tell stories to is like ourselves. I mean, we try to comfort ourselves with the lives we live in. So we tell stories. We do believe things we know they are not true, but they just make us feel good. We laugh about them. We make ourselves proud of what we've done, of what we've become. We make plans, and by making plans, we feel comfortable that we're moving forward. We all have, aspirations. We all have dreams. We are all fighting towards something that we believe is what we should do. But the reality is, when all this noise, when they all go, what is the life that we're living? I mean, what are the questions that you're asking yourself every time you find yourself in the company of you? I think we became very good at telling people who we are, or telling people what we do, telling people what our hobbies are, but what do we tell ourselves of who we are? And that's exactly where I was. So, with all these questions inside of me, I saw this mail coming from a very, very famous guy, and using this vulnerable aspect of us that we all have, this need to live the lives that we were meant to be, uh, I took the bait, you know. They used the very vulnerability to sell a product to me. They've used words like money and partnership, and like I said before, breakthrough, risk free, and guarantees. Those are all things that we want in life, not because of what they are, but what they give us, which is the freedom to be who we feel we really should be. And I think that slowly we're losing this power of wanting to be ourselves, you know. I think that's something that we're losing. I think before, I think our the older generations have a better understanding of what freedom is and how life can only be lived in a freedom scenario. I don't see that the generation we live today is as close as the previous slavery that we had years ago. At least when you were a slave, you had the guarantee that you were being taken care of, although in a very precarious manner, but still there was someone watching over you. Whereas now we're being put onto this tremendous race where you've been set up to fail, and the chances of you winning are very small. And the only way they keep you from asking questions is by answering them before the questions come to you. So, and the thing is, by providing the answer first, it avoids your brain to ask the question. But the best part of an answer is the question. Because the questions, by preparing the questions, your brain already prepares all the possible answers and what will be acceptable, what will not be acceptable. I mean, your fears, your hopes, they're all built on the questioning that happening inside of your mind. So they take that away from us by providing constantly answers to what we need. But the thing is, what do we need? What is the life that we were supposed to be living? Who are you? Who am I? Again, I get back to the question, what is the life that we're living? What are the questions that we are asking ourselves? If we're not asking questions, we are not living the lives we should be living. We are not moving forward. And I found myself watching that webinar, the webinar that was preparing everything that I need to be successful. That webinar promised me that I would be a multimillionaire in about 6 months, and all of that he was giving me was for free. it was for free, but if I act quickly, and if I acted promptly, and if I acted wisely, for that day, for that specific 10 minutes, I could get all this free stuff for $1,800. So it is free, but it has a price to it. And the thing is, and what they offer, it was a full business. It was a business that you don't need a product to sell, you don't need any strategy for traffic, you don't need the knowledge, because on this freebie that is not freebie comes with a large amount of content of any scenario that you want. So any niche you want, they have the content for. So if I want to now be a bodybuilder and I want to teach bodybuilder, although I can't even do pull-ups, I can now become this expert with the content that they have already created for me. And by that content, I plug into this network, and then I sell products that I don't own, but I'm part of an affiliate program that gives me a fraction of that. And they say that that's what's going to give me freedom. It's interesting because, again, perhaps we don't know what freedom is, and we don't know what freedom is because we don't know what life is, and we don't know what life is because we don't know who we are. Because life is the very thing that empower us to be ourselves. But if you're just hanging around, if you're just living every day, if you're living for today and then you wake up tomorrow, you live for tomorrow, then what is the point of it all? What is freedom? You don't want a freedom, because freedom comes with a very high responsibility tag. So whatever you do with your life, you are responsible for. And while you're ignorant of it, I guess you have a level of peace that will drive you through the days. But once you realize that your life is responsible for a series of events of people that perhaps you have never met, I guess life is not risk-free. There's no guarantees in life. There is no templates for what should be done. I mean, it works for some, it works for others. And that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing all these entrepreneurs, all these famous guys giving so much ideas and counseling, and they are all failing, and they are failing a large amount of people. But because they are doing that, and it's so across the board, now we say that to fail is the greatest asset of success. It became fail first and fail quickly. And by preaching it, what we're doing is we're creating a generation that are trying things. It is a generation of triers. Rather than taking something serious, they try it first before engaging with it. But here's the thing, there's no trial in life, there's no money back guarantee in life. Life, you only live once, and you have the assumption that tomorrow will come, but if tomorrow doesn't come, it's too late. There's no customer service that will give back the days that you feel you didn't use it properly, or that it wasn't fair with you. Again, this is not what I was waiting for. I was waiting for a webinar that would change my life, and it didn't change my life. In fact, it might have changed my life, but not from the way that they were expecting, because I'm not buying the products, because I realized that I am their products. And I don't want to be anyone's product, so I've realized that I want to find out what life is, and what freedom then is, and what does it mean to be free. To be free is not have time to do stuff, because that's not called free. That's called unemployment. That's called being too rich that you don't have to work. That's called whatever. Freedom is not linked to time. Freedom is linked to a state where you are free within yourself. I mean, what does that mean? I mean, why do I need to succeed? Why do I need to fail? I mean, what is success? What is failure? What is the measurement? And who's counting anyway? So the life that you live should not be measured by what society thinks is right or wrong. The life that you should live should be measured by your inner you, by that very same thing that makes your heart beat. In the evenings when you're about to sleep, those questions, they should be measuring who you are and the life you're living. Again, I don't have any package to sell you. I don't have any freebies that may cost you an arm and a leg. But what I have is, I can give you the desire to join me into this journey of find out what life is all about. I mean, why do we need all these things? if life is a free gift that comes to us and get taken away? If you're keen to join me on that, I am keen to engage. So give me a thumbs up here and leave any comments of what you think life is or what experiences you have had. But overall, what I want to leave with us today is, what life are you living? And what are the questions that you're asking yourself when all the noise goes away? Who are you?